Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil and I apologize for the delay, but here we are, guys, the final season of Attack on Titan. I've finally seen all 96, 7 episodes of the show, which is crazy that the show actually didn't get to 100, guys, but nevertheless, here we are, the final season. I'm just gonna jump straight into it because I know I was supposed to actually do this last week, but I couldn't do it because the iPad wasn't here. But now it is, so I'm doing it now on iMovie. But nevertheless, season 4, what did I think of AOT season 4? Well, this is the best season of the show. However, the show overall I don't love, which is unfortunate because the first two seasons were good. Like, I liked them, but I did not love them. But season 3, at least the first half, I thought was really well done. Second half was solid overall, but did have some really strong moments. This season, for the most part, was banger after banger after banger in terms of episodes. Like, the first 5-10 episodes were really well done, and I was like, the moment it started, I was like, okay, yeah, already this is the best AOT has ever been. Like, it just felt tonally so different from the other three seasons of the show. And of course, if you see my other anime reviews and AOT reviews, you know that I don't like to spoil things, so I'm not going to spoil here. But what I will say is that I did actually get spoiled on the ending, but I'm obviously not going to say it here. If not, that'll ruin the experience for you guys if you have not seen it yet. But basically, season 4 takes place kind of a few years after the events of season 3, and I'm not going to specify what the time jump is specifically because I guess it'll ruin the experience. But all I say is that the characters now feel much more mature, and they now like are used to titan hunting and killing, if you know what I mean. And basically, it's this, I guess, kind of end of world and like doomsday type storyline going on in season 4, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to say anything else. There are a ton of new characters this season, two of which actually have very important roles, and I was very surprised by that because for a show to end off like this and have the focus be on like newer characters as well for the most part is very interesting. That's all I'll say about that. And speaking of characters, everyone's here. Everyone's that didn't die in the previous seasons, they're here. They're brought back, and like I said, because there is a time jump, the characters are slightly more mature and more older. So there's that. Now, the positives of season 4: the action has never been better than it has here. It's amazing. There's some top tier fight scenes and moments. Some great character fight scenes as well, like moments as well, with just individual characters just going absolutely crazy. And another thing, speaking of characters, the characters themselves this season I loved. Almost every one of the main characters they've focused on this season was handled perfectly. This season had some of the best character work I've seen in any anime, and it's again unfortunate though that I don't think this is a perfect season of TV or anime because I do have some issues with it. But in terms of character work, at least they did a really good job writing the characters. I should mention I did see it dubbed, but I have to bring it up. Like the writing, even though it's dubbed, is handled very, very well. So there's that. And speaking of character work, the character development also was amazing for the new characters. They did a really good job. And yeah, it was just handled very, very well. Now, negatives. This is where I found issues with the fourth and final season. There are pacing issues at time with this season. It does suffer a little bit here and there. And that's unfortunate because the first, like I said, first 5-10 episodes were done very well. And then the last part of the arc, you know, like how there's a 1 hour episode, 80-minute course, 90-minute course, or an hour and a half long, like mini movie in a way. Like I didn't see the episode version, by the way. I saw like the special length versions of those final episodes, if you know what I mean. But points is that that stuff was handled very well. It was just some parts in the middle did kind of drag, and even leading up to those two special episodes at the end as well. And another thing that also brought it down a little bit is that were moments at times, speaking of pacing, that I felt like they were trying to drag things out just a little bit. So I guess you could say pacing was kind of an issue in the middle, and at times, even though it was handled very well, I felt like they were kind of dragging stuff out. And I guess also there were some characters that were completely unnecessary, like they just added them just to add more plot to it. But Apart from that, guys, AOT season 4 was amazing. It delivered. Unfortunately, it's not a 9 out of 10 season. And yeah, as you can see, I just flew through this review because I was supposed to do this last week because I actually finished AOT last week, last Friday. So there's that. But I've actually started the new anime. I'll say what it is right after I give my score. But AOT season 4 was great. Not perfect, but still absolutely amazing. I wish I could give this an 8.5 because it actually deserves an 8.5. But again, I don't do 0.5s, but it would be close to a 9. But because of that, I'm just going to say AOT Season 4, Attack on Titan Season 4, the final season gets an 8 out of 10. But remember, guys, it would actually be an 8.5. So it's a very, high 8 for me. But not, close to 9. Not, 8.7 or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. Again, I don't do 0.5 because I just find it would be weird. I could if I wanted to, but nah. But just think of it as an 8.5 even though I say it's an 8. So there's that. Now, before I go, I do want to quickly mention I have started a new anime and it's a classic, a very old one, Yu Yu Hakusho. I've seen the first 18 episodes and I'll be continuing some more episodes today as well. But I'm enjoying it. It's a fun show. I definitely have some things to say about that when we get onto the review for season 1, which I'll be finished season 1 soon. It's only 25 episodes. And considering that I've got 7 more to go, I should be finished in the next week. We'll see what happens. But overall, guys, I'm glad I finished yet another anime. So I've now covered 4 anime on the channel. Out of the 4, I've actually finished 3. Fairy Tail, Death Note, and now Attack on Titan. And now I'm started Yu Yu Hakusho. I do have one more anime planned for the end of the year. I may have mentioned that before. Besides One Piece, I did have 3 anime planned for the rest of the year. But I started AOT, and even though I started AOT kind of where I wanted to start it, because of the hiatus and gap in where I was watching while I was watching season 3, it kind of affected everything. So that. But guys, those are my thoughts on Attack on Titan season 4. What do you have to say for it? Tell me in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name is Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.